This is DJ Q from Strength Music Recordings, New Jersey, New York. I'm at the Showcase Club here in Paris, and let's get ready to rock. Hopefully you're here. Over and out. And welcome to Intruder Television.
Okay.
Hot spot on the web.
Is the first time you came in Paris?
No,
No.
but it's the first time in Showcase.
Okay. And you often come in France, in Europe?
I come in Europe a lot, and actually lately I've been coming to France a lot within this year. This is probably my fourth time with some more dates coming, so.
And do you feel a difference between Europe, France, and with New York, New Jersey, about the ambience?
Yeah. Every country has its own thing, you know, so the way France gets down is different from the way Germany gets down. The way Germany gets down is different from Italy, and Italy is different from France, and it just keeps going in circles, and it's definitely different from New York, New Jersey.
And about New York, New Jersey, something particular?
I mean, you know, it's the US, so I guess, you know, when it comes to electronic music or the club scene, it's the home of it in a sense, you know. And one thing I've noticed a difference between the clubs back home and the clubs in Europe is the dance aspect, which I'm always saying a lot in my interviews. I'm probably boring people with it already, but the dance aspect in the city, people like to dance a lot, you know, and not so much in Europe. Some places, yeah, but not so much like in the States. So that would be one of the differences I noticed. Musically, not so much, because now everything's global. What you can hear in the States, you can hear in Europe. And there's things you hear in Europe you don't hear in the States. So musically, it's all good. The dance aspect.
Just about you, you got some stuff to come, upcoming release, anything like this?
Always have. I'm always a year ahead in releases planned. So as far as my label, 2012, I'm actually done with releases. I got my releases planned for 2013, and just a lot of interesting projects coming. A lot of collaborations you're gonna see this year. I'm not doing so much more remixes anymore and stuff like that. I was heavy on that for the last 2 years. I kind of stopped that for now, and we're just gonna focus on my actual label, Strength Music. I'm not gonna work too much with other labels for a couple years. At least that's the plan for now, unless something real interesting comes through.
Okay. And for the next one, next EP to come, you know, for when?
Next EP, I would say we're trying to shoot it out in February. It's a toss-up between two EPs that I want to do, so I won't say which one it is because I'm not quite sure. But I would say in 2013 you're going to see the release of Semesters Part 3. Anybody that's familiar with Strength Music will know the series I have going with the Semester series. There's Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3 will be coming in 2013, so it's going to be a good one.
We'll follow that. And about your releases, you said you got always some releases, but on the other side, you've not made too much one. I've seen on Discogs, you made on your own name. I don't speak about your remixes. Around 15 releases in 5 years.
Yeah. So my label started in 2005. It is 2012. And I'm up to release number 11, actually, on my label right now. Release number 10 was my album, the Gymnastics album, which was a 3 vinyl set. So that kind of took up the year. I kind of want to let that marinate through the year, so that kind of slowed down. I mean, if the Gymnastics release was individual EPs, then I'd be up to 15 or so at this point. But that took up a big, you know, time in being able to release music.
It looks like you try to avoid to make too much releases.
Me personally, with the label, I like to do maybe anywhere from 3 to 5 releases a year, not really more than that. I started doing a lot of remixes and stuff for other labels, which kind of interfered with my label, and I didn't want to have too many, you know, DJ Q projects on the market, because then now I'm competing with myself in a way. So if there's 3-4 DJ Q records out at the same time, which was happening at certain points, then somebody's got to lose. And if I have a personal record out for my label, I might be the one to lose, you know? So that's kind of why I like to stay away from too many releases a year. I mean, I don't operate Strength Music like a label, you know, where I'm looking for music for the label, and it's really more of an outlet for me to release stuff and people that are close in my vicinity, pretty much.
And about the music, when I heard your stuff, it's kind of mix with deep house. Sometimes it looks a little bit minimal house. Am I correct?
A lot of people tell me that. They say my stuff it sounds like deep house or tech house, or it has elements of the old school, but it sounds modern. I heard a lot of different descriptions of my music, but my music is just basically everything I listen to coming up, all my influences, everything. I mean, from any style of music. So that's really what it is. It just has a dance appeal because I'm into dance music heavy. So yeah,
And
that would be the best way to describe it. There's no real. I don't have no real way to. I mean, people say I have a signature sound in a way, which is hard for me to see. I mean, the only way I could discover it sometimes is when I play my music against other people's music in a club. You know, like when I'm mixing my music with other people's music, I notice that sometimes it doesn't quite go the same. But other than that, it's just influences and stuff like that.
But influences. It made me think a little bit in a kind of Kerry Chandler sound. Would you agree with that?
I don't know. There's only one Kerry Chandler.
Yeah,
song.
but it looks like.
But Kerry Chandler, for example, is a big inspire to me.
Yeah.
From me being young, I mean, when I was young, like turning into a teenager, I was listening to Kerry Chandler records, which I actually had the honor to meet him this year, actually, for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was an honor for me.
Oh, yeah.
I met him in Ibiza, and yeah, he's a big influence. Would I say his sound is in my sound? Definitely. But not exactly like Kerry Chandler, but just his, I don't know. He's just a big influence for me. So I can't even explain how it's in there, but it's in there. I listened to him so long enough, so.
And some other inspirations than Kerry Chandler?
I mean, if we just talk about dance music producers, yeah. I mean, there's too many to list. If you know, from Kerry Chandler to Louis Vega to Frankie Knuckles, Derek May, Jeff Mills. It's a wide variety of people. I mean, even producers that aren't even around anymore, you know, that were around 15, 20 years ago.